welcome to my first video. So I'm Danielle, a makeup artist from Scotland, and I've been doing makeup for about 7 years now and wanted to do YouTube for that entire time, but just never took the plunge. I think it's the Scottish accent, to be honest. But after having lots of requests from clients, friends and family for tutorials and just videos about makeup products, I thought I would just go for it. So I'm kicking things off today with a makeup artist kit favourites. These are my favourite products to use on my clients at the moment. I'm sure every makeup artist will agree they absolutely can't wait to get back to work and get back to just glamming everyone up and making you all feel good. So for primers, I have two favourites. So I like the MAC Natural Radiance Primer. This is the yellow one. I like that on kind of normal to oily skin. It's not very sticky or anything, it's just quite smoothing and just helps your makeup last a bit longer. And then my other favourite is the Too Faced Hangover RX Primer. So this is more hydrating primer for dry skin. It's like coconut water based. Next is glowy products. So I like the iconic Illuminator drop. This gives a blinding highlight. It's super glam and very glowy. So this is one of the secrets how I get the super glowy dewy makeup on my Instagram. Then for a nice natural version, I like the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. So this is a lot softer and nice for bridal makeup or soft glam. But both of these can be used under foundation, like I said, or you can even mix it with foundation to thin out maybe a full coverage foundation or to make it more dewy and more moisturising. Then for a full coverage, I like the Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation. So this is good for normal to oily skin, but can also be used on dry skin. But it is better suited to oily skin because it keeps you quite matte and it's a nice full coverage. Then for a more natural, softer finish, I like the Too Faced Born This Way. So this is what I use on most of my clients and brides. So it gives a nice dewy, medium to full coverage and it lasts really well for it being so dewy. So it's amazing, it's my favourite. So then for foundations, I like the Milani Conceal and Perfect. So this is a nice full coverage foundation that I use mostly on normal to oily skin. But it can be used on dry skin as well, but I have another one I prefer for dry skin. So for dry skin, I prefer the Too Faced Born This Way. So this is a nice dewy finish as opposed to a matte one. And it's more of a medium coverage. So this is what I use on most of my clients and most of my brides. Because it does last all day even though it is quite dewy and just a medium coverage. So it's my absolute favourite, I love it. So before concealer, I like to colour correct under the eyes. So I use a peach tone corrector just to cancel out any purple or blue tones under the eyes. So my favourites are the Becca under eye corrector or the MAC Bright Forecast. So you just pop these on before you concealer and just blend them in to cancel out any dark tones. For concealers, my favourite full coverage one is the Too Faced Sculpting Concealer. So this is great coverage, so I use it on any redness, on any blemishes, anything like that, or under the eyes if I want a really strong glam look. That's fab. And then for dry skin or more natural effect, I use the Too Faced Born This Way Concealer. So this has got coconut water in it as well, the same as the primer. So it's good for under the eyes because it's a bit more natural and it's good for mature skin because it doesn't sink into fine lines. So good for dry skin because of the coconut water, it's nice and hydrating so it's not going to look dry or cakey under the eyes. I like to cream contour mainly, so I use a Huda Beauty Tantour in Light. This is like a gel cream product, it's really nice and natural, but although the colour is light it can be used on kind of medium skin as well, it's quite dark. Or for a more glam look, I like the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Deep Neutral. So this is a nice dark concealer that's got a lot of warmth to it. I just find that using a cream contour in the skin gives more depth when the clients get their photos taken. Even for brides and things, I've noticed that when I get the professional photos back, if I've used a powder contour or basically no cream contour or bronzer, then I notice a massive difference. The cheeks just don't look as defined in the photos with a flash for some reason. So that's why I like to use a cream. Sometimes I also use a powder one over it as well. Then for powder, I like the Mercier translucent powder. So this just sets your makeup, help it last all day, and it can be used on dry or oily skin. But if you do have dry skin and you're using this, just make sure to blot it on, like pat it on very gently. Don't swirl it because it may make your skin look a wee bit dry. So for a matte bronzer, I like the NYX Deep Tan Bronzer. So it's nice and warm and gives a lovely glow to the skin. I like this one. Then for a shimmery bronzer, I like the Revolution Golden Glare. So this is very shimmery and warm, almost adds a highlight at the same time. And again, one of the secrets how I get that lovely dewy skin on my Instagram. Again, one of the secrets how I get the lovely dewy skin on my Instagram. Next is blush. So my ultimate favourite blush at the moment is the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand, and this is in Pinkgasm. They also do a peach one, which is nice but very natural. I prefer the pink. So this is a liquid blush which also has highlight in it and gives the ultimate glowy look. So I'm going to do a video on this as well, and that'll be my next video. So everyday daily makeup, and this will feature heavily. So if you follow me on Instagram, then you would have already seen me use this many times before. If you don't already follow me, it's Danielle Dickson MUA, but I'll leave it on the screen as well. So for powder blush, I like lots of different ones from Benefit and NARS, but at the moment I'm really liking Galifornia. So it's a nice peach tone. I think peach blushes just give a nice summery look to the skin and just lots of colour. So another liquid highlight I really like is the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand in Spotlight. So this is a much lighter champagne colour, and again you pop it at the top of the cheeks. For me, the best way to get a nice glossy glowy skin is by using these liquid products, because they're going to give a real glow, and because the skin is slightly wet, it is going to really show up well on camera. And during the day, if the sunlight hits your face and things, or light hits your cheeks, you're going to look super glowy and just very, very healthy. It's not the same as a powdery highlight, which does look a lot more like makeup. This just looks like you're genuinely glowing, which is beautiful. So then for powder highlighters, I really like the Becca ones. So I like Champagne Pop, Opal, Rose Gold, and although they're very blinding, they're nice and finely milled, so you can make them look quite soft in the skin as well if you just use a little bit, or you can use them with a wet brush and really build them up to look super glowing. The setting sprays I like to use most are the Scandinavia Bridal Setting Spray, which I'm all out of, so I need to buy more, and the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I love the mist on this because it's super fine and just really relaxing for clients, but it does keep your makeup on as well. So for eyebrows, I love the Anastasia dip brows. So I've been using these in my kit for years and years, but I still don't think anything compares to them. So that's going to give you a nice sculpted brow look if you use an angled brush. Then for a softer look, I like the Glossier Boy Brow or brow pencils. I like the Primark ones. So this is just going to add colour to any existing brow hairs. This just helps fluff out the brows whilst adding some colour, so it's nice for just natural makeup, or if you already have fab eyebrows, which I don't. With eyebrows, you'll probably find you have a lot more hairs than what you think, so something like this is just going to pick up even the tiny little hairs that you don't notice. So for eye primer, I don't think anything beats the trusty P. Louise base. So I have this in various shades just depending on the skin tone of my client, but the eyeshadow just really grips to this and it helps it last all day. I still think it's the absolute best. So my favourite palette at the moment is the Be Perfect Cosmetics Makeup by Ja palette. So this has got the perfect combination of warm tones, cool tones, mattes, shimmers, and a few pops of colour. I've not used this on any clients yet, but it's what I've been using on myself most often. The formula of this is really good and it builds up really nicely. So before lockdown, I was having lots of requests from clients for pinky shimmery looks. So I was using the Huda Beauty Nude palette, so this is lovely pink tones. There's a few dark shades in there and a couple of like bright pops of colour. But along with the Be Perfect Cosmetics shadows, these are some of my favourites, the Huda Beauty ones. I find they build up really nicely on the eyes and they last all day. So pigment wise, my favourite ones are from Inglot. So this is 115, this is one I use most often. So it's definitely my favourite pigment of all time. So it's a nice pinky champagne colour and just suits everyone. I always manage to pop this into most looks. Then another one I love is Inglot 116. That's the 116 there. So it's a dark browny shade with a little bit of burgundy reflex to it. It's stunning. So you need to apply these with something like the NYX glitter glue. So this is just going to help those pigments stick to the eyes. Another glittered product I like is the Undecay Moondust shadows. So this is Space Cowboy. So it's a nice champagne colour with silver reflex to it. So this is nice, just patted on top of other shadows for a quick soft look, or the inner corner is great as well. So a quick version of these products would be the Stila Magnificent Metals. So these are like a liquid glitter eyeshadow and they're much easier to apply, they set super quickly, they're fab. So this is the colour Dawlish, so it's a beautiful peachy pink. I kind of wish I used this today, it would have went with my look really well. Then for gel liner, my favourite black is from Inglot, so it's the Inglot 77 gel liner. So it doesn't smudge, budge, anything, it's like bulletproof. Pencil liners, my favourite are the NYX and the NARS. So this is NYX Golden Bronze and NARS Rue Bonaparte. So it's a nice nude liner. So minimum liners a makeup artist needs is bronze, nude, maybe white and black in my opinion. So mascara for the bottom lashes, I like the MAC Extended Play Mascara. This is the Giga Black version. So it's super dark, it's got a tiny little brush, I'll show you. It doesn't budge, that's the brush there. My favourite lash glue to use on clients is the Duo Quick Set Glue. So I've never had a client say that their eyelashes have fell off because of this. So these glues that have that bluey tone to them, those are always the best. They seem to make your lashes stick the best. And that's also latex free and formaldehyde free. Those are two things that people are often allergic to. So another lash must have is a lash applicator. So this is just from Amazon, but this really helps you get the lashes closer to the lash line. It's almost like an extended version of tweezers, so it's much bigger, so it grips the full lash, and this can help you push the lashes right to the lash line where you need them to be. A great tip is to use a lash applicator to squeeze together the falsies with your natural lashes. So that's going to make them look a lot more natural because there's no gap between them. And once you put your lashes on, you can also apply some mascara to help merge them with your natural lashes. That again makes a massive difference. Then lipstick wise, my favourite liquid lipsticks are the Charlotte Tilbury ones. So this is Charlotte Darling. So I'll show you it. So it's a nice brownie, peachy shade, and again it suits most people. That's it there. It's got a tiny hint of pink in it, but it's beautiful. Then my favourite red liquid lipstick ever is the Fenty one. I don't think anything comes close to this at all. So this is uncensored. So it's an amazing, amazing deep red. And again, the formula of these is fab. They have a nice nude version of this and a pink as well, which are also fab. Then lipstick wise, my two favourites to use on clients are Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. So it's a nice pinky shade. It's quite a deep pink though. It is. It's not actually that natural. Then for MAC, I love MAC Patisserie. So this is much softer. So it's a kind of lighter version of the Charlotte Tilbury. So that MAC one's a lot shinier than the Charlotte Tilbury and a bit more natural. That is probably the most requested colour I have for my clients. The only problem is it doesn't last very long, which is really annoying. So sometimes I apply a liquid lipstick underneath, similar to that MAC colour, and then I'll use the MAC Patisserie on top just for that gloss. It's just the most stunning colour ever and just suits everyone. Then lip liner wise, I love the Charlotte Tilbury pencils. So I love Hot Gossip, Pillow Talk, and then also from MAC, I love MAC Spice. That's my favourite brown lip liner. Then for glosses, I like the Fenty one. So this is Fenty Glow, and I also love Fussy, the pink version of this. They are just the most buttery soft glosses ever. They just feel like lip balm on your lips. They're not sticky and they suit everyone again. They're very universal. So that's all of the things I've been loving at the moment in my professional kit. So thanks so much for watching my first ever video, and make sure you subscribe to see my next video. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram where I post most of my work. So it's at Danielle Dickson MUA. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Makeup artists are an iconic bronzer. I said that's so weird. Illuminating product. It's more natural. Nothing.